Okay. So, I was thinking about like how I was going to open this and everything because let's just say my relationship with this whole uh, idea of doing this at all has very much changed, and you know where I'm at personally in my own feels about it, um, it could be better. We're going to put it that way. Hi, everybody. It's good to see you. But I've always loved doing this, the YouTube thing. Yeah, granted, I liked it way more when I was doing prophecy stuff and it was a bunch of cool Christian people, yeah. But whatever this evolved into, this, I don't know what you call it at this point. Uh, the live streaming end of it, I mean. Like doing reaction videos, that's one thing. And that's fun, and I would like do that for the rest of my life if I were making money at it, you know. But the whole thing I was doing before really did bless my spirit a lot, and someday hopefully I can get back to a place physically and mentally where I can do that again, maybe, or maybe that was just for a time and it's over. But I'm not supposed to get political. I want you to know that because honestly, if I were to come on here and just start flying off at the mouth, it would probably be about the Trump administration. Yeah, okay. Because if you can't understand how fucked up your government is right now, I'm sorry. I feel bad for you, you know. But I'm not supposed to go there. So what I kind of want to talk about is like the New World Order and the implications of the current war. Now, it doesn't matter if you support that war or not, or you're on one side or the other. It doesn't matter for what I'm talking about. Okay, because there was a little man that lived in America a while back, and his name was Albert Pike, and he was a fucking Mason. He was nearly worshipped by the members of that fraternal order, and he wrote a book called Morals and Dogma. And if you look, now there's some versions of Morals and Dogma that don't have this shit in it, and you have to understand that, okay? They love doing that. If you got the if you got the copy of Morals and Dogma that basically has an introductory page and then it just starts it, that's not the real one, man. That's not the one that they give to the ascended masters of masonry. The one that has the esoteric shit in it and like sort of like Pike's prophecies of the future and shit like that. It's one of the 33rd degree copies of it. Now, I'm pretty sure one, if not both, of the copies that I've had of it were that one because it's in there about the three great wars that they were going to plan. And yeah, you got World War I, World War II, and for some reason, we've had these like global conflicts, you could call them, but they've never been declared wars. Why? That's mainly the reason because they are fulfilling deliberately, just like Jesus did in the scripture. If you look at how it's written, okay, whenever you see Jesus doing something, it's always they want you to know that it was deliberately he did it. Okay, I think we got some probably good mods in here that are doing good things. You know, and everybody's on block, by the way, just to let everybody know. But just like Jesus Christ for the holy people of God that would be forever, okay, opened up the door, he did every single thing deliberately with an intention of they will know what that means. Okay. like him riding on in the on the donkey, and the people responded, didn't they? Yes, Hosanna in the highest. They were not going to say worshiping, but praising him. He did that very deliberately on a certain day. And the Masons, it just do the op. They fucking invert everything. Okay, so you have the holy intentions of Christ and opening the door to humanity to get to heaven and all of this, right? On the opposite spectrum of that, you have a lifelong group, and it is a group of, you want to call it bloodline families, mixed in with, now I believe, I think there's pretty good fucking evidence for it, that we're dealing with extra dimensional slash extraterrestrial entities. 100%. Now, are they embedded in the government and all this crazy shit that people get into? Like, I'm not saying David Icke is crazy. I'm not going to say that at all. Because every single day that goes by, the shit that David Icke talked about gets confirmed more and more. What the hell? Why is this? I just got a thing that popped up on the phone that said this app keeps crashing. I'm here. I'm streaming. So, just like Christ fulfilled things deliberately, these motherfuckers, the controllers, these bloodline families, and I think mixed in with fallen angels pretty much, they are doing what they're doing deliberately at a certain time to make certain things happen, and this plan for a one world totalitarian government can fully come into fruition. Now, I don't know, it's almost like they abandoned the idea of the UN having any kind of validity in the world. At this point, I don't even understand what the point of having a UN is. They go there and make statements, Netanyahu's supposed to go there, whatever, and maybe get arrested, whatever. No, it can't happen. It has to be the feds to arrest Netanyahu if it's going to happen, and they should make it happen. If Adolf Hitler, and there's the name, right? Once you go to Hitler, it's all over. Well, in 1945, if he landed in New York City and was walking the streets of New York City, good old Adolf, right? Do you think we should not arrest him? Okay, we know that he was doing a crematorium actions in Europe. You're going to let that motherfucker walking around? No. And say, I don't care if it's the New York Police Department. Absolutely. Get those boys in blue in New York and get that motherfucker. He's a war criminal. It's worse than any street criminal that the NYPD would have to deal with. So why can't they arrest him in the state? You have a war criminal in your state. Yeah, arrest his ass and put him before the Hague just like any other piece of shit out there. And see, I could talk about Israel and Netanyahu and this type of stuff because it's not. I'm not attacking it to one side or what the hell? I'm not attaching it to one side or the other in terms of what you would call a side, a party side. But Christians that are supporting all of it, you guys really, whoa, Christ weeps for you because the level of what you would call cognitive dissonance that you have to be a believing Christian and then say, yes, I support the actions of Zionist ethno-apartheid state genociding Israel, that came out pretty good. Maybe I still got it. Maybe I could still do this. You got that deal. And if you think that you could say that you carry the tenets of Christ and his teachings, the hypocrisy level is extremely high. Now, has it always been that way with Israel? Yeah, pretty much, because they've pretty much always tell the natives from the land, word that makes you happy. Add a sticker, a Q&A sticker. No, thanks. I don't want to try that. I I really don't. I want to just do the live stream, and that's cool. No, that's fucked up the lighting. What the hell, man? I'm not. I'm on an Android phone, and no, I like Apple products. That's my deal. But anyway, so this war in Iran that you see, and no, it's not declared yet, right? They always do that. They start conflicts, and then they start calling it a war on the media, but it was never declared. Why do they keep doing that? Well, I think this is probably going to be the one that they. I mean, there are Republicans that want to officially say it, like, it's no bullshit. Yeah, this is a war. This is the third one, and that Pike wrote about that wonderful. No, I ain't even going to joke about that. Uh, like co-founder of the KKK, and like, yeah, and there's a statue erected to him in D.C. Why? Why do we have a statue of a Mason in D.C.? I wouldn't mind a statue of maybe, because he's got enough clout, Jefferson and Washington and that shit. Okay, our presidents, sure, okay, but why, in the name of Christ, do you want to have a statue of a guy that founded an order that, well, I'm not going to get into the stuff that they're into, but let's just say it's not holy, and it doesn't do anything good for the planet. And if you believe in Jesus and you're vocal about it, they don't want you. They don't want your shit around. So anyway, this third war that they put on the planet is supposed to get the entire world eventually, at the end of it, to worship Lucifer himself. Now, how that will work, I'm not quite sure. I don't think I have the lens to see that. But that was the intention, because the intention of that last war is to destroy all three major religions. So what in a war could cause people to lose their faith in such a massive way that they'll turn to Lucifer for worship? It's a great question, but it probably involves aliens and interdimensional beings, because some of these things aren't even physical. You know what I mean? They're like the people report they just disappear. How the fuck do you just disappear? So they're like the Yeti shit. I know that's crazy. You're going to Bigfoot, but it's pretty weird that you got something that's like 7 foot friggin' two in front of you, and all of a sudden he's just gone. And a lot of people report seeing UFOs in the sky at the same time of Yeti sightings. Sasquatch. I don't know why the hell I went there. Probably because it makes me happy to talk about Bigfoot. Because wherever you see branches, it's absolutely guaranteed that you have a Bigfoot in the area. There's just zero doubt about it. But I just want to say for the record that this app keeps telling me that it keeps not responding. So if the stream is like a little glitchy, I'm sorry. This phone is pretty beat up at this point, so we're doing the best we can with what we got. We might get a new phone, hopefully, if things go good.
Just need $35 to get a
That's it. It's only 35. 35 for a replacement. That's not bad. So,
unless you want to pay more.
right. And by the way, if you can, only if you can and you want, in the description is my Venmo, and if you can help us out there, it's always appreciated. We have angel people that, for some reason, want to make sure that we got something in there. Most of the time, there's a little something in there, but I really appreciate you guys that help us out, because it's like you fed us, you've helped us out with countless things. I can't tell
We
you.
kind of do need food, though.
What?
We do need food.
Yeah, we need
We're
food.
not on EBT anymore or anything.
No, we're not on an EBT right now. And, donations at places are down and have been for a while. But, yeah, if you could help us out with that, it's mainly for food at this point, because we aren't on EBT. So, but, with this war, though, I think the guys that are at the top of this bullshit, and some of them, like I said, aren't guys. They're fucking extra dimensional and extra fucking extraterrestrial beings. Um, I think they've gone too far. I really do, because they're expecting that people, for a long period of time, an extended period of time, are going to accept a state government in Israel murdering clearly in front of the world, just babies, murdering them. And now it's come out that they've done like SUL type things with children and stuff. We're at a point now that, like I said at the start of this, if you can call the actions of the government of Israel holy in any way, there's no possible way that you could be a legitimate Christian. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because Jesus said, even if you think about hurting a little one, it's time for you to think about taking yourself out of the equation. Okay? So I really prayed for the repentance of the church, that they can fully get out of this Zionist movement, because they'll just pull out verses like, if you don't bless Israel, then God will not bless you. And they will take that to mean that means the government of Israel, current day now, if you don't support that, then God's not going to bless you. And it's a huge, massive lie. It has nothing to do with the nation state of Israel that's over there right now. That verse was written many, 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 many fucking years ago, and it does apply to Abraham's seed, okay? Because his bloodline is the bloodline that the Messiah came from. Do you realize that the horrible desolation and death that you see taking place in Gaza, that is the bloodline of Christ? I tell you this 100% facts, okay? The native population over there is the population of the bloodline of Christ. So what are they doing? It's a satanic, bloodletting, deliberate, of innocence, because they get this spiritual hard on from it. And that I really am sorry, you know. But at the end of the day, with them, everything is that type of shit, like carnal, sexual, weird shit. It's really cool seeing people that you seem like you're pretty cool in the chat, you know. And I appreciate that a lot, because I'm trying to get back into wanting to do this on a regular basis. Um, but there has been a lot of shit getting involved in personal life and all that stuff that has made me, well, I don't know, very timid about wanting to even be on a camera at this point. And that's the truth. There's been a lot of stuff, but if you're in a Christian church that's telling you that you need to support Israel, you need to take your ass and get it off the pew and just say out loud, Christ would rebuke this church, and walk out. and never go back to that church. Because I'm telling you, they are forcing you to spiritually co sign with your soul. I just thought of something that happened today. Whoops. Co sign with your soul that you support the murder of infants. You support a baby with no head from the state of Israel. Okay? And I know that's hard to hear if you grew, especially if you grew up in a family that really was like the Schofield Bible. You call it evangelical, that type of movement. If you grew up in that, or you had parents that wore like a Star of David, like my mom, she wore a Star of David. It's like crazy. Um, you have to understand that your spiritual, it's tarnishing your soul, and there's zero chance that it's not with the type of shit that the Israeli government is involved with in terms of their tactics of war, and it's not normal war. Okay, what they're doing over there is what you absolutely equate to war crimes, 100%. So I really hope that maybe we could get our shit together, get the feds on the side, the right side, because Israel's like the 51st fucking state. They're very protected. So to make an arrest of Netanyahu happen is pretty tough. You know, APAC is just one end of it, but I mean, Mossad is hugely powerful. And if we had a president going, yeah, I think we need to do something about the prime minister of Israel. He's just out of hand. He just doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Or he knows exactly what he's doing, and he's acting like a despot leader. I'm pretty sure Mossad would want to take care of the president, if you know what I mean. A JFK situation, okay? So I know it's not likely to happen at all. And even if it did happen, they'd probably put him in a cell, and his trial would be in like 10 years or something, you know? They like to do that. Just make the problem go away. And Netanyahu really should just resign at this point. And just if he did resign, most likely he could just go on into the future and die a happy death like whatever other Israeli prime ministers that did war crimes in the past. But they let their power go. So they go, all right, that's good enough. You did your time. We'll let you die normally, you know. But I'm pretty sure if the president went a little too far, it wouldn't be good for him. Um, I was thinking about anything else I could add about that. I'm kind of exhausted on it. But another part of this is keeping up with every headline that's happening. Right now, the Iran war conflict, whatever you want to call it, could end right now. And I'm on this stream and I'm not looking at the news and I don't know it. And oh, didn't you hear? That can't happen. But I don't. I think they want this thing to go on quite a while. They want another extended, protracted, clusterfuck bullshit war. Why so soon? I don't know. That wasn't smart. Because every time you pull this type of shit, you wake up like a quarter of the population. So if you keep doing bullshit like this, you're not going to have one American citizen that doesn't understand what's going on. The ones that aren't watching Fox News, at least, because if you're watching Fox News, holy shit. Uh, I highly recommend that you get on YouTube and you look up the Young Turks or something, because you need something independent. And then you'll argue with me, well, they're sold out for socialism and all this fucking shit. Yeah, no. Actually listen to them, see their fucking views. You know what I mean? Just enough. I'm sick and tired of it's happened to us so much. It's fucking just unbelievable. You know, like being called certain things and then you have to become it, which is fucking dog shit. I'm sick of that type of shit. No, I'm not that. I'd never be that. You know, but you got to get out of the mind prison. If you're in the mind prison of mainstream media pumping bullshit into right here into your eye gates, and it goes in here, and then it causes like massive cognitive dissonance because that's mainly what they want the people in a state of confusion. Well, we must. Someone had to go against Iran. Someone had to do it. Why? What are they doing? Show me proof of anything you're saying they're doing. There's zero. Why? Because if you're talking about radical Islamic terror, that's the CIA. Why are you going after the fucking anything having to do with Iran? Where you got the Revolutionary Guard, yeah, which allegedly has been involved in some bad shit. But you, they don't even need to prove it to you. Just oh well, somebody had to go into this war with these people that are radical Islamic terrorists. You bought it again, a lot of you. Again, I don't know how many Iraqs you need, but you got another Iraq. So are they going to have us there 20 years? Probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure we haven't done any ground incursion, full on invasion, thank God. I'm pretty sure that has not happened and hopefully never will. But no, Trump, you know, one day he has a steak that's cooked bad. Uh oh. I'm talking Trump. I should stop there. Ah, shit steak. Bomb Iran more. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. That's the type of guy you're dealing with. You know? Sorry that I went there. But yeah, this is an old plan. It's been, Jesus. I mean, Morals and Dogma, I'm trying to remember the copyright date on that. It's an old fucking book. So they're plans that have been in the making for fucking, you know, centuries. That a huge fucking war that isn't just about killing people. It's about directing people's attention spiritually to something that's so fucking unclean. Oh man, I don't want to go there. You're co-signing not just death, but abuses of people that are it's unspeakable shit for anybody that's normal, compassionate human. It's shit that's so horrific. Don't want it. You don't want to even think about it. Okay. But yeah, he keeps. I think my tuners are up right now for God, and he's just telling me, tell him, if you're in a church, Zionist church, get out. Come out of her, my people. That it's very very at this point. It's egregious to the point where I think your soul could be at risk if you're co-signing this shit. And before I go, I would say this: fucking David Draymond better repent hard, because you've done some pretty spiritually cool stuff for people. You know, believe in something. That's a pretty good message. But footage of you fucking signing a bomb is just something. Yeah, a little puke goes up in the throat of people that like you. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know why that fucking came out. Maybe David Draymond's gonna fucking croak soon. You know, God forbid. But we all got a time to look and see the creator. And signing a bomb, man, that's some rough fucking shit. You don't want that stain on your soul. Because I guarantee you that killed at least one baby. Probably way more statistically speaking. God bless everybody. You take care. Okay. What the hell is what? Why does Android phones just pop shit in front of your face like that? Peace and Maranatha.